Starting
Alrighty.
up. Tell me about Overgrowth. Tell me about the wonderful place that is Overgrowth in the matchup that neither of us play.
I hate it. I hate it. I dislike it. And I hate it.
Okay. So there's Terrans and there's Protosses, so I'm drawing a blank. But the one thing I do know for sure is that spawning in the bottom left corner, we have a man of many names, Star-tailed Bob, ImNoJudas, Bubba, and apparently Pascal.
Terran.
Yep.
Terran spawned in the bottom left. And in the top right, 7 o'clock position, we've got Hjax. Did
So
cold wreck you?
Hjax,
Yeah, lol.
yeah,
Sorry, Caps.
sorry Caps. Sorry Caps is a tale as old as time. I will tell you that. It is
I
probably
actually use Caps Lock as one of my alternate hotkeys.
yeah.
So I randomly capitalize all of the things.
Like I thought about having caps lock as one of those, but I was just like really didn't want to do it. I used caps locks for a while, caps lock, but I just changed it to tab because pretty much
Yeah.
worked the same.
I use tab, grave accent, and caps lock, all for
Nice.
different things.
All right, let's not talk about our hotkeys, although they are certainly the only thing we're an expert on in this matchup.
Yep.
Uh,
Protoss is making some Protoss drones, and
okay.
looks like Terran's making some Terran drones.
Terran drones. Yeah, that's the thing.
Looks like Terran is going to open with a Reaper just to scout. Not the greatest map for Reaper entry points, but not the worst one either. The
Oh, you know
one,
what?
Worst one by far is Expedition Lost, because there's like 2 hexes your Reaper can get in. And
You know what? Terrans make with their orbital hatchery.
Orbital hatchery? What do they make out of their orbital hatchery?
They just make regular old SCVs. That's what
Oh.
mules are in this situation. Okay, so we're seeing that pretty standard so far. No one really doing anything crazy. We're not seeing any proxy 2 gates.
Lame.
We're just seeing both players play pretty safe.
I'm
Terran
disappointed.
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed. No, Haas is not in the match, okay, people? I'm sorry. I have
Haas
to
is
break
so
it to
fun.
you. Haas is not here right now.
I love Haas games. They're so good.
Let's just talk about WCS right now, because this is happening.
Alright, just kidding. The real game.
Yeah.
The probe is trying to kill this SCV, which is just being a right buzzkill.
Yep.
He is
Okay.
gonna get the SCV kill.
Oh no, will he? Oh, what a. That's
And
just really.
Proberto
No,
with the takeout.
Let's just. No. Let's just take a moment to be disappointed at the Terran, okay? They're not even gonna give him many names. He gets no names. He's the Terran for that. Jesus.
The Terran.
Do you know how many
But
minerals?
he gets a chance to make it up by keeping this Reaper alive long enough to kill it.
Reaper
Not
Berto
gonna
gets away
happen.
with his life.
Almost lost the Reaper too.
Yeah, but no. As long as Reaper
So he's-
Berto lives. As long as
Reaper
Reaper
Berto.
Berto lives. Reaper Berto lives.
Now the Reaper is going to tickle the Nexus a little bit, and then just run away and take a tower, because not a lot you can do against big lasers from.
It tickled the Nexus, but the Nexus was like, "That's not funny," and it didn't work.
And what's our tech choice from Protoss? It's going to be a pretty fast robo off of 1 gateway, and it's going to get scouted immediately. So props to the Terran for getting the scouting information he needs with Reaper Berto.
Yep.
And then,
Berto's not
some odd pathing with the Stalker. I think he probably could have stopped and shot at the Reaper and killed it.
Yeah.
It's one shot away.
I wonder if that was a thing that changing scan range would fix. Maybe in the next expansion, we'll see.
I wouldn't doubt it. I
Yeah.
also assume that nobody knows what you're talking about, besides me.
Never mind that. So congratulations to you then. To quickly go over it, in SC2, there's a thing where your unit has a range, and then it has a scan range, and that's the range in which it'll actually start shooting at the enemy unit. And that scan range is a little bit lower than the range, which adds to some really confusing and dumb control at times when the unit is capable of more.
Sorry to interrupt you, and I I really didn't want to do this, but I've just been not moving my screen around, and I just saw Hjax having all of his probes selected, accidentally select a mineral patch, and they all collapsed down to one mineral patch. So
That's
a little bit
nice.
of a spam mistake. We do see going robots and Twilight Council and Forge, so it looks like we could have some Blink Stalker play off of 2 bases.
Do you think that
Uh,
that accident happened because of the curse of SCV Berto? That his death came
no,
back to haunt him? No, okay,
I don't think that.
okay. I'm a logical person.
I'll write down a list of the things I think and give it to you.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
All right, so
Hjax coming in with the full scout with the observer.
I wish I had invisible flying detection units. That would be good.
Yeah, we have the change one. That's pretty good. He hides in plain sight.
Yeah, but he's slower than Speedlings, like a lot.
This is true. Even if you morph him into a speedling, he's not as fast as a speedling.
He does grow wings though.
He does grow wings. So we see this Terran just posturing, force the photon overcharge, all very standard at this moment. He's just trying to make sure the Protoss has to build units, can't get too far ahead of himself. Behind this, we see that both of them are really just kind of doing the same thing from opposite sides, staying on very basic tech, attempting to kind of size up their opponent, wait for a weakness to present itself, and then pounce on it.
So we do see Blink researching. We see more observers coming out, and we do see a pretty sizable force from the Terran player who whiffs on a scan, and the observer will live. But
Did they just dance? Did the stalkers just dance? I think never mind.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
So the observer resumes position,
Oh,
and we should
engagement
see some
happening
pretty
right
good
now.
force fields. Great force fields from Hjax. He's going to split apart this army and buy time for his next photon overcharge.
Well, I think that's the issue there. He didn't actually split apart the army. He just kind of zoned it out.
He did in the first engagement, and then the rest of the time was just used to buy time.
Yeah.
So we see more and more units streaming across the map, and he could just be trying to end it. Like, that's the second photon overcharge. You can't have energy for a third one right away. So whenever this one dies down, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a big push. Stim is done, so this could potentially turn into kind of an all-in type push that'll either get defended or not from the Protoss player.
Yeah.
And we do see that he is supply blocked and cannot produce Colossus right now. So that might be the nail in the coffin, this awkward supply block. He is spamming Chrono Boost on everything. We do see a Stim coming in.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake out of the Terran, I would think, because he doesn't have his medevacs with his army yet, so these Stims are just kind of crippling him. The medevacs are only now coming in. He's probably looking to do a bit of split damage.
Colossus is half done. So I think if the Colossus gets out in time, this game turns into the Protoss favor really quickly.
Yeah, I think it's in the Protoss' favor right now, in fact. Like,
yeah, he's going to have enough energy for a photon overcharge in like 4 seconds, and I think once that happens, the game just the game will end one way or another.
The Terran needed to prepare a split, like one in the main, one in the natural, the moment those medevacs arrive. But he's just going up to the front.
The first Colossus is out.
Yeah, this isn't.
The force fields are not very many, but
they're actually doing a lot. See, they're
photon overcharge isn't going.
Oh no! So we're seeing a little bit more damage being done to the army. The Colossus is sniped. There's a lot of bile left over, and the medevacs are healing them up sufficiently. Plenty of Protoss units are going down. The bile's getting in there, and it looks like Hjax does go down from some critical mistakes.
Yeah, I think if he would have popped the photon overcharge when he could, he could have definitely saved himself there. But because he didn't, he was able to. The Terran player was able to get his bio on top of the Colossus. That's the only target they need to consider at that point, because they have Stim, so Stalkers and Zealots will just melt.
Yeah. I think that whole plan out of the Terran was kind of delayed, maybe a little bit ineloquent, but in the end he managed to bludgeon his opponent appropriately, do enough brain damage that Hjax kind of faltered at the end of the game. It's like kind of you're doing a race, you're both close to the finish line, you're a little bit ahead, and then the guy who's behind you is just close enough to take a pipe and bash you over the noggin. Then you trip on your own shoelaces.
Some very vivid descriptors you've used there.
I'm sorry. It was necessary.
It was necessary. That's like your opinion, man.
That's just like your opinion. Alright, dude. Is that why you're MD, Master Dude?
Master dude. That's
Yeah.
a new